Out on the trails, snowy, cold, but beautiful out here. This one's been one of the more mild days. I think it's right now in the low 40s. It's been in the high 20s for days. So we still have a lot of frozen water, frozen lakes, snow everywhere. Those trails are still covered. Anything that doesn't get a good amount of sun. So in this live stream, I'm just going to be on the trail, actually hiking right now. I'm going to start to watch again. And talking a little bit. Ran to get here, gonna run to get back, but this one little section I'm gonna just hike and kind of enjoyed getting time on feet. I don't think I really have too much I'm training for at the moment. So I'm just trying to maintain, have fun, not stress. I think I was supposed to run to the Icy 8 here at the beginning of February. Not sure I'm gonna do that. Not sure I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I'm feeling it this year. I'm gonna run it the last 4 years. So I've been doing YouTube for 10 years now, and I've said that a lot on this channel. January, pretty much almost the day, 2015 is when I uploaded the first running video on this channel. And ever since then, a lot of trial and error. It was a running channel for a while under my name, and then I got into, very similar to Kafusi and James Septimore at the same time, got into family vlogging. And so this channel was a family vlog for a number of years. I think we climbed to probably 1,500 subscribers at that point. I was probably, and stopped doing it maybe 6 years ago. And then I went through some rebranding on the channel. So I kind of went through the motivation theory, high-level motivation theory, where I'm just doing a lot of motivational talks, self-help, stuff like that. Stuff I really do enjoy. It's all good. I love that kind of stuff. I read a lot of leadership books and motivation books, so it's a huge part of kind of my thinking. And then I decided to go, and I was still doing running, obviously, and I decided just to go full in on the running content and stop mixing the content on my channel. So now I do running content and motivation content. So I think I kind of just bucket it all together, which is something I enjoy. I think it all kind of go hand in hand. You know, the midlife being, 40s, 50s, 60s, which is mostly my demographic. Everyone's usually above 35, roughly, depending on the content, but it's mostly right around there, 35 and above. We're either pre-midlife or in midlife, or people that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s that are still high achievers. They're still out there getting it. So those are the people we look up to, that we want to be like. Those of us who are in our 30s and 40s, we want to keep going. We want to enjoy, those last couple laps of life. So on this channel, what I've been trying to do is focus, obviously, on running for a very long time in coaching. Got my coaching certification. And one of the big focuses is to really help people transition into running and transition from running, being a runner, being a road runner, and how do you kind of bridge the gap into ultras? What are the steps you take? I get tons and tons of questions about that. And it's what I enjoy. It's definitely what I enjoy. It's, talking to people about comebacks, losing weight, getting in shape again, people who used to run, trying to get back into it, because I've done that numerous times over the years. And it's definitely difficult, especially when you're, middle-aged. You got a lot of responsibilities. Things don't heal as quickly. You don't have as much energy. Yeah, this is beautiful. This lake behind me, absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm trying to help people with that aspect and really kind of build this community. The motivation theory running community is extremely important to me. And I think over the next year, I have some pretty lofty goals, and that's where you all come into play. You guys are the reason I do this every day. It's to help you and those of you and have a community with you. And you all help motivate me. You guys are my accountability. I've been cranking out content over the last month, trying to really double down and stop being kind of half in. I do work a full-time job. I am a father of kids in sports and college. So my life is quite busy. But nonetheless, you still have to have your interests. You still have to have the things you enjoy in life. So over the next year, I am setting some pretty lofty goals. So last year, I think I made about 70 long-form videos. I can't remember how many shorts, but a lot of shorts. I want to at least triple the amount of, very icy out here, triple the amount of long-form videos. So already in this month, I'm absolutely crushing it in January with the long form, trying to find some series that I can concentrate on, and I'm going to leverage all of you and the channel members. The channel members are where I'm going to get a lot of this kind of focus group stuff, where I'm getting the coaching together, the group coaching, the accountability coaching that I do offer on this through memberships on this channel. So if you click join under the video, you can see the membership levels, and pretty much that's going to be the place where I start to build that accountability and coaching business, because this is an LLC. This Motivation Theory Running is a business. It is something I love to do. Obviously, I work almost next to nothing because I love it. I love making video. I love creating. So we're going to continue to do that. But you guys are going to be a large part of that, which is cool. What else? So definitely some deer out there. Can I flip this around? Let me flip this around. There we go. So I'm gonna keep flipping around so you can see what I'm seeing. Definitely want to triple the amount of content I create. Content is going to be king and providing value. So triple the content. And when it starts getting to the data, I'm really hoping, I'm just getting ready to hit 27,000 subscribers. And that metric means something, but not everything. What comes into play the most is the watch time and the engagement on the videos. I'd rather have a smaller channel than with highly engaged folks than a lot of numbers that really are not into the channel and not a lot of engagement. That's just the way that YouTube works. So I'm hoping to grow the channel by at least about 50,000 this year. That's a lofty goal. That would be the largest jump I've ever made in a year. It's going to be extremely difficult, but the most that's going to be on me. Being consistent, engaging with you all, and hopefully you all enjoy what I create. So those are the kind of the high level goals. And what that means for me is I have to plan my days out. Right now, I haven't been doing a great job of that. I've been trying to balance working out, running, and creating content, which was fine over the break because I was on break, on vacation, on leave for a number of weeks. We had some holidays. So I was able to really focus on creating the content. But as work starts back up, working full time, softball for my daughter starts back up, my son's college baseball starts back up, it really is going to require me to be very good at time management, getting up and taking care of business. So right now, even before work, I get up a couple hours before work, and I work probably an hour each morning on YouTube, on this channel. And then I go to work, and then I go home, and I work more on the channel, and then I spend time with the family, eat dinner, put kids to bed, and then I work on the channel till about midnight or 1. And that's not a sustainable schedule for me. I got to get my 8 hours. I'm not getting 8 hours right now. I was doing that for months when I was training for the 100 miler. And so I've been dragging this last week because of the lack of sleep. So for me to create content like that, I am constantly writing and researching, writing scripts, pulling ideas, digging through the comments. A lot of you all are where I get the inspiration for the content, answering questions. And so I'm going to dig even more into that because you all are obviously my audience. You all are going to be putting forth the trends that I want to chase so that you all are satisfied with the content. So feel free always to suggest comments or content in the comments. And you can email me with suggestions if you want to see a video on something, or just go ahead and type it in the comments on any video. Speaking of comments, I started off this channel and for years responding to every single comment. Every single comment. It was easy at the beginning. It's getting more difficult, but it's something I enjoy. So I probably spend 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes every day responding to comments, reading comments. That's going to be hard to sustain as the channel grows. I can tell you that right now. I'm still able to keep up, but it's definitely going to be harder. So back to the goals. Look at this. Goals this year, it's going to be a main focus, a strong focus on YouTube and this channel. I'm building this. Been doing it again 10 years. I don't like to just putter along. I want to get on it. And that doesn't always make it easy for my running goals. So I think this year I am signed up for a 100 miler. I'm going to probably sign up for a 24-hour race. But I think I'm going to make the race light this year, but run heavy. So I'm just going to enjoy running, train, get miles in, have fun. Like right now, I'm just out getting time on my feet. You know, I ran a couple miles here. I'll walk here for about a mile and then I'll run back. And to me, that's fun. I'm out here in the snow. I've been running in the snow each day. Times aren't impressive, but it's fun. I got my Mizuno Mujin 9s. Look at those bad boys. Super aggressive tread on them. Lugs are huge, so I can get out here and run in the ice and snow, and it's been a lot of fun. Again, don't care about the time, getting a good workout in. So ultimately, that's my goals this year. Grow YouTube, and you all are going to be part of that. So if you want to be a channel member, and you can join for as little as $1, different tiers, it's not that much. It's definitely going to be worth it. I'm going to be hosting members only live streams the first Sunday of each month, and we'll all get together and we'll just hang out. And for those of you who've been around for a while, you know what those are. We'll talk running, accountability, motivation, anything that comes up, get to know each other. And I do have the ability to start pulling people into the stream who want to join and chat face to face on video and in front of the other channel members. And so it's going to be fun. So if you feel inclined, I did put that $1 membership in there. It is the ground floor if you want to get in. But I know times are hard, money's tight, and if you don't feel like you can spare the higher tiers, you can definitely maybe spare the 99 cents a month to kind of join those. And the benefits go up from there. The accountability coaching is, I think I can only probably take about 5 people. I would start off there as I start to build the coaching side of the business. Maybe 5 total, and they'll each get, at least right now, 2 half-hour one-on-one discussions, talks with me, Q&As, whatever we want to talk about. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. So if you want to do that, that's a little more expensive, but I think it'll be worth it. You definitely will be someone that would be on the ground floor of helping set the foundation to the coaching business. So that would be greatly appreciated. I just want to stop and sit. This is an area that I grew up around. Beautiful. Used to be able to take the boats out. They just now opened it up again and cruise around the lake, do some fishing. It's absolutely gorgeous. They started building more trails and campsites here. So, but being in the sun right now, let me flip this around. Casey Jones, do I own a business? Yes, I own Motivation Theory Running LLC. That is the business that surrounds this channel. Sorry, it's hard to see the comment. Sorry if I missed that and you're off already. Yeah, that's the business is Motivation Theory Running. And that is something that is going to be built into more over the years. So right now it's the business that this channel feeds. And that's also the coaching and other things will be fed into that also. So yeah, if you count that, yes. And I shared what it makes. Doesn't make a lot. It's not nothing, but it's definitely something I want to scale over time. And I have not jumped on doing a lot of major things. Even when it comes to product reviews, I get tons. I'm talking probably 3 to 5 emails a day from companies wanting me to review their stuff, send me things to look at, and I just turn it all down because I'm not trying to peddle a bunch of stuff to you guys that I just for the sake of it. If honestly, I'll be transparent, if something monetarily makes sense, I will look into it. But I definitely don't want to peddle something I think is not something good, not something that I would use, or something I think is just crazy expensive that is not really worth making content about on the channel. So I'm very strict when it comes to what I put in front of you guys now. Shoes, I love reviewing shoes, and I think you all like watching shoe reviews, which is good. And I don't mind doing that and telling you what shoe's good, what shoe's not. I think that's beneficial. But I get tons of recovery stuff, tons of just all kinds of stuff. And so I'm pretty strict about that. Hopefully you all appreciate that. A little bridge here. It's amazing how much snow is still out here. And my hand holding the phone is absolutely frozen right now. Any more questions? Any more comments in there? So I answered Casey. I'm gonna turn this camera around right here. And see, when I talk about trail running, this is what I mean. I don't think everyone has to do ultras, but I definitely think trail running is something everyone should partake in. It is leaps and bounds better than road running. It's not even close. Sorry for sniffing in this thing. It's cold. Trail running is definitely something I think everyone should try to get into. I know it's not feasible for everyone. You might not live near trails, especially if you're around a city or something, but you may have parks. I think you might get the same effect. But I think trails are a must. I get asked all the time about trail running or ultra marathons, and I think the one prerequisite, and it's not even 100%. If you want to run ultra marathons, I think you gotta run trails first. I think you really gotta get used to running trails to be successful in ultras. Could you do one? Yeah. Could you be a marathoner and jump in a 50K on a trail that's not super bad? Yeah, 100%. Greg, Chon Content. What I like about this channel is it connects on a personal level. There are so many channels which have racing tips, equipment reviews, etc., and I don't need other channel with the same. I appreciate that. Try to do that. Joe Kern. Joe Kern is the senior channel member on this channel. He was the very first person to buy a channel membership. And since then, he came out for the first time years ago and ran a race with me, and we've been good buddies since, run hundreds of miles together in races, and it all stemmed from becoming a channel member. It's amazing how that works. Greg said, I enjoy your channel content where you talk about the emotion or the struggles about the process and the races. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, Greg. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I think I like to separate my channel with, is I try to be as raw and transparent as possible about this process. I don't want to be just a shoe reviewer. I don't want to be just a gear reviewer. I don't want to be just someone that makes polished tip videos, which I do like doing that stuff because I think that has a place. And I think a lot of people that are subscribers right now have all come to this channel through different means. Some have come through my journey videos where I talk about me and how to navigate life, running, all that kind of stuff, the emotional side, Greg, that you're bringing up. And I have others that come to me through kind of the tips and tricks, polished videos, and others have come to me through my little mini race documentaries for ultras. YouTube would probably think that that's not the best, because people might join me because they liked one of my little mini docs, and then all of a sudden they see a tips and tricks video and they're like, what is this? And then they unsubscribe. Or they watch one of those videos and then they see me getting on the channel and kind of bearing my soul. It is what it is. I like doing that. I like you all to see that I'm a real person, that it's not all rainbows and butterflies when it comes to life and running, that it's okay to fail, that it's, failure is definitely going to happen. It's going to happen. That it's okay. Nothing's perfect. I'm not the guy that gets up at 5 a.m. every single day, gets it in. I'm not going to David Goggins you, which I think it's good. I think he's good. I think that helps. I think that does help some people. I do believe in motivation. I do believe in discipline, but discipline is something you constantly work on. You can have it, but definitely something I have to fight for every single day. It's always a fight every day. Tim, can I see some of the surroundings? I'm from the Netherlands and would love to see surroundings over there. Absolutely. I've been flipping this camera around. I have a lake over here. I'm probably going to start circling back around. But Virginia is a very rocky, mountainous in many areas, steep climbs. I think our tallest mountain in Virginia is maybe 5,000 feet or just under. Thing about Virginia is the rocks and the roots, and I'm sure Joe can tell you in the comments, he's run races here. They're not easy. I think you get some West Coasters out here that are used to running at the top of mountains, and they come out here and have to run 15,000 feet of elevation gain, but do it 100 feet at a time, which is like running on a saw blade. And so it makes it a little difficult. But Virginia is beautiful. We get all the seasons. The trees are beautiful. If you go out, and I'm in northern Virginia, so just about 50 miles south of DC. If you go out west an hour or two, you're up in the Shenandoah Mountains, which are probably some of the most beautiful places in America. I may be a little biased in that, but I think Virginia's beautiful. Joe says, I have nightmares about the rocks and the roots. Yeah, it'll get you out here. It definitely will get you. Getting back over here to the lake, I'll show you guys the lake. Maybe pick it up a little bit. I think this iPhone has a little bit of stabilization on it. We'll see. I'll try to keep the huffing and puffing to a minimum into the phone. All these footprints right here are mostly me running in the snow. Not too many people come out to this trail. Chris said, what attracted me to your channel is that you keep things honest. Your opinion, way too many ultra running influencers overlook the daily grind and the bad days. Absolutely. I think a lot of them do to give you a sanitized version. But for, honestly, I've been doing YouTube much longer than many of them. And they're all putting out, polished, corporate type content, because that's what was so popular and that's what's turning people on. They like the polished stuff. I don't know if I can. Oh, I can zoom in. There we go. Frozen over. I'll flip it around in a second. Yeah, I think I wouldn't know how to be any other way. I think how I am is because I was a family vlogger too, and I shared a lot of my life and family and kids for many years. And I think a lot of people are isolated and they don't get to see how other people live their lives and the struggles that they have. And I think that hurts a lot of people's mental health, because they may think that they're the only one that are going through what they're going through. So I think, as somebody who knows how difficult the sport is, how difficult life is, I try to share as much as I can so that people, even if there's just one other person they know, it goes through the same thing. It kind of makes you feel normal. It makes you not feel so bad, that it's okay. This is cool looking right here. It's really pretty. What I missed? What's Tim doing? Getting into ultra running next month. My first ultra marathon, 44K. That's awesome. That's a good distance, 44K. I got to do the math on that. 50K. So yeah, it's a trail race, I'm hoping. I'm looking to also get into doing some of the shorter trail races, because I like running on the trails. There's a half marathon trail race, a rail to trail that I've run a couple times. Actually, the first race I ever ran was a rail to trail half marathon, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun. Then I ran a 50K on that same course and ran the fastest 50K I've ever run. So that's a lot of fun. Look at this. It's getting ready to be really, really cold in Virginia. We're getting ready to have a polar vortex, as they call it, here on the East Coast. It's going to be, I think, Monday, Tuesday are going to be like lows of 9 degrees and 7 degrees. And then most of the week it's going to be extremely cold, sub-freezing temperatures. And we're supposed to get snow again Sunday. So, and we're getting ready to have our new president, it's inauguration on Monday, so it's a government holiday. So I get to have another day off to go run, get out on the trails. How cold? Well, right now, I think it's like 40. That's balmy compared to what it's been. It's warm. It feels good. It's cold. The wind's cold. The breeze is cutting through, but it's not as cold. I mean, the last couple days have been brutal. I've actually been wearing gloves. I'm not wearing gloves, but when it gets down into the 20s, I got to wear gloves. Really great scenery. Yeah, this is really pretty. 27 miles the first time that distance. Longest run for me is 14. That's awesome. That's a perfect distance. If I could find a 27 mile or a marathon on a trail where I live around here close, I would do one every month. I don't think I would pass that up. That's a good deal. Yikes. We whine. Chris says we whine where it gets to 41. That's like my mom in Daytona. She called me, and I love her to death. She's so fun. She's been running 5Ks, like, I don't think, 14 or 15. this year, and she called me or texted me like, how do I prepare? It was like, I don't know, mid 40s on a 5K one morning, and it just made me chuckle. I gave her a hard time. I'd be dressed like this. Actually, this jacket wouldn't be on. Mid 40s is perfect for us guys that sweat a lot. What'd Joe say? Gloves? When it's 20, I still don't wear a shirt. Yeah, Joe, for those of you in the chat who don't know, if you can go back and watch my race videos, more than likely you're going to see Joe. And you see the B-roll in a lot of my races or in my videos. Joe, I'm the guy running with me is Joe. Oh, come sit here on this bench. Turn it around real quick. Try not to sniff as much into the camera. What did I miss here? Here we go. We're going to turn this around. Oh. You think it's safe and smart to go out on this dock? Yep. Hope this dock doesn't cave in. Not a bad late lunch run. That's absolutely gorgeous. It's actually warm right here with the sun reflecting off the water. Getting that sun bounce. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. So, calling out Joe again. Joe has been a channel member now. What is it, 4 years now, Joe? I think it's 4 years. Yeah, I think it's just past 4 years. That's crazy. Time is flying by, my friend. Southern California weather makes us weak runners. 41 degrees at 7 a.m. That's funny. Yeah, but you get to run in a beautiful place. You're out there where the big runs are. What do I eat when I'm on a run? So right now, I'm not eating anything because my run will only be about 5 or 6 miles. Anything over 8, typically, I'll bring a gel. But mostly, I'm terrible about following my own advice. I run fast quite a bit. But when I'm running anything over 8 to 9, 10 plus, I bring gels with me. But I don't eat a super amount. Right, when it's not on fire, yeah. I think running in California and around LA would not be good. Where I work, they have a lot of controlled fire. They do a lot of controlled fires, and so the days when the wind shifts and it blows that back on us, it's miserable, and it's not even close to what California. So I can't imagine pierogies. Yeah, in ultras, I ate pierogies, peanut butter and jelly, pierogies, broth. Any kind of broth is definitely something I like. Yeah, but when the only thing I ever eat when I'm training is just gels. I lost my train of thought. Geese. Hear the geese out there. We got bears out here. Sometimes we got coyotes. Tons of deer. Tons and tons and tons of deer. And I think maybe some sort of cat species. I saw a very large canine paw print in the beginning of the trail. Joe, you're right. Pierogies are... Now I'm hungry for pierogies. I got some the other night just to eat at home. Sorry for what? No, you're fine. That's what this channel is about. Answering questions. Answering questions. So I'm caught up at the moment now. Just looking at this. This is gorgeous. It's so quiet. Can't hear cars. You can't hear people. You know what we're going to do? We're going to do something for the boys real quick. Just thought about this. I drink water yet. Guess what I'm gonna do? Gotta find a good rock though. All right, we're gonna skip along this ice. Look how far that goes. Look at that. Oh, heck yeah. It went way out there. We gotta do another one, guys. Ooh. Adam B is correct. There is nothing better. Skipping rocks on the ice. Such a cool sound. There's nothing better than broth. Broth is probably the only thing I crave during ultras, especially overnight when it's cold. It's just the best thing ever. Gels and lots of water so it doesn't fight back. Yeah, it's definitely good. When I first started running and I got introduced to gels would bother me. I think they're really sugary. Gels did, but now they don't bother me anymore. My stomach's pretty bulletproof these days. Not that I can't mess it up, but I try to stick to real foods and ultras and gels in between aid stations. So pretty much between aid stations, depending on how far that is, a gel every 30 to 45 minutes, and then I eat probably 300 calories at an aid station. That's pretty typical for my entire race. And it's been working very, very well for me for years. Get back here. Get moving again. Pickle juice when it's hot. Miso soup. Yeah, I like pickle juice. Yeti 100 last year, I was taking a shot of pickle juice at every single aid station. Now I just buy the bottled pickle juice, which I don't think is as good. That somehow bothers my stomach, but I have bought the bottled pickle juice to bring with me when aid stations don't have it. But most aid stations now do have it. Pickle juice is definitely a go-to. Ooh, oh, that was slick. Oh man, crunchy. Oh shit. I almost went down right there. If I did not have on these trail shoes, I would have absolutely ate it. Let me flip this around so you guys can see it in front of me. Now I can look at the comments now instead of looking at my stupid face. I can run a little. I think the camera stabilization is a little better on the front camera. That's why I don't run with the camera when it's turned around. Oh, all right, just passed 3 miles. Slow moving one today. All these footprints. Tim said there are about 3 aid stations this run, and it will be about 2 degrees Celsius. Sorry, I don't know how to convert that. Oh, so about 35. Well, that's perfect. If you have any tips for stuff like I can read, I'd love to hear them. I got tons of videos that will have advice. Yeah, you did hear me say Yeti. I've shown up to run the Yeti the last 3 years. First year, hurricane hit. We ended up dropping Joe and I, who's in the chat. If he's still in the chat, he might not be anymore. At mile 56 due to hypothermia. It was high 30s and hurricane winds and rain. Second year, finished it. Last year, or 2004, we showed up, and that's when the hurricane hit again and all the flooding flooded Damascus, Virginia, and they had to evacuate the town. So I've been the Yeti 100 3 times, 1 buckle, 2 hurricanes. It's definitely one that's a challenge. It's a fun race though. It's definitely a fun race. I'm signed up to do the Yeti 100 again in 2005, which will probably be a modified course because everything from Damascus to White Top is kind of shut down now on the Virginia Creeper. So you're doing the Washington Dam Yeti. Yeah, you definitely go out and watch the Yeti race stuff if you like that Yeti vibe and how we do things on this channel. Pretty much the same. Low stress, chill vibes. That's probably the cringiest thing I've said today, but that's what it is. No pressure, have fun. It's all about having fun. Getting into trail running, just having fun here. You don't have to do ultras, but if you want to, it's good, but trail running is the best. Getting out and walking, hiking, anything you can do is good for the soul. You know, I've been just walked a mile on this live stream, almost a mile and a half. That's funny. It's the first time ever I've ever done a live stream while out on the trails. I've recorded a lot, obviously, all after 10 years of recording videos on the trails. Getting ready to come up where we started. So where's everybody from? I see some new names that I haven't noticed before because YouTube, it doesn't show me the names. It shows me like the underneath the channel name is kind of a weird code, so it's hard to always tell who's who when they're leaving comments on the videos. So where's everybody from? Obviously Virginia here, born and raised. I know Joe was Indiana. So, tips for the first ultra. Well, first, have fun. Don't stress it. Start off slower than you think you need to. Stay hydrated. Stay fueled. You said it's 27 miles, so depending on the trail, you know, I don't know how fast you are, but that could be 4 to 5 to 6 hours, depending on the type of trail you're on and elevation gain. And so it's not a terribly long time, so you don't have to worry about a lot of other things in like a 100 mile or anything like that. But yeah, I'd get good sleep, obviously. Fuel beforehand. I usually would probably take in about 400 to 600 calories a couple hours before the race. And then I would probably take a gel every, again, 45 minutes. Stay hydrated and just have fun with it. Push yourself, leave it all out there, and kind of give yourself a feel of that you put in a good effort. Time limit is 5 hours. Northern end of England. So we got Tim from Netherlands. That's awesome. Los Angeles, LA. Oh man. So you're in the thick of it out there with the fires. I know we were talking about that, but I didn't catch that. That's where you were. Hopefully the air quality where you are isn't too bad, but I've been hearing some pretty bad things about how bad it is out there, which is absolutely terrible. 5.5 hours. Well, that's not that's aggressive. So they're expecting y'all to get after it. I mean, it's obviously that's doable, but that's not, you can't get out there and walk it. So that's good. That'll push you. That'll be fun. Is it northern part of England? Joe's in the mountains of Indiana. That's right. We noticed the other day that I run around track at work and I get more elevation gain than Joe does in an 8-miler, and I will run 3. But the good thing about Joe is he's half Yeti, so it doesn't matter where you put him, he's going to get after it. So Northern England. So most of what I know about England is from all of the movies where everybody's fighting each other all the time. So is it mountainous? A lot of, isn't it like, it'd probably be like Virginia. You got some mountains, you got a lot of steep climbs, things like that, I'm assuming. Air quality's improved right now. Earlier this week, it was really not healthy. Yeah, I've been hearing like some of the stuff that, like what most people might deal with, like with controlled burns, and then hearing that it's like double, where it's super toxic and bad for you. So that's horrible. Mountains in Indiana. Yeah, this is a joke. That's the joke. Joe's dad was a Sasquatch. Your mom was a refrigerator. Oh, man. All right, Joe, so we doing that 24-hour race this year? I think we got to get that planned. And smelt of elderberries, that's right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at that. Back out at the lake. Just flip this around so you can not look at my dumb face. There you go. That's much better. Say the word. I think we're going to do it, Joe. It's going to be fun. Just get after it for 24 hours. As many loops as we can do in the trails. I'm on the coast, so not so much near us, but I'm 1 to 2 hours in any direction. It's reasonable. Nice. Gear. Well, what's the terrain? You gonna be doing climbing? That's definitely important. Gear. Well, obviously you probably want, for something like that, I wouldn't probably think you'd need a vest. I think like a good handheld, like this Nathan, lower weight, because I'm sure you said they're gonna have 2 to 3 aid stations. If you get 2 of them, but if you have to carry water on a vest, I mean, on marathon, I wouldn't carry water. So I'm thinking about that. Stop that for a second. Gear-wise, I mean, if you have a lot of steep climbs and you think you're gonna need it, you could take poles, but I probably wouldn't do that if there's not a lot of climbing. If it's gonna be wet or slick or rocky, definitely want some trail shoes. But other than that, it should be pretty easy. I mean, that's a relative term. You shouldn't have to need a lot of gear. You shouldn't need, life-saving blankets or anything like that. Camping gear, you don't need any of that. But, if you think you have enough aid stations, because 2 to 3 is not a lot of aid stations. A lot of the marathons in the cities, we're going to have an aid station like every single mile. So that's not a lot of aid stations. So what's that? Every 6 miles, roughly? So you could probably get away with 2 handhelds or just a vest with some water, and you'll be good. Pretty easy. No, I don't mean easy as in that it's not going to be hard. I mean easy from logistics. It's not going to be something you're going to need to take a lot of stuff. Joe Kern, you keep using the inconceivable. The Princess Bride, is that we're quoting now? Classic. As you wish. All right. Well, this is the view. This made my day on a Friday. Oh, and Saturday I get to watch the Washington Commanders, my football team, get to play in a playoff game. Another playoff game. They got, for the first time in 20 years, they made it to the first round of the playoffs. So that's what I'm going to be doing Saturday, partaking in a couple of adult beverages and eating too much food, and then Sunday having to run it all off. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And eventually I'm going to get my butt on a training plan. I've been working on a couple for you all, for people who are doing couch to running, any kind of running, a simplistic one. And then I think I put one up on the channel membership view only, a 50K training plan for somebody who's been running already, but it's a 50K training plan. So I have to go. It's late here. I'm working early. I will see you next time. Well, I appreciate you hopping on. Greg, okay, my problem with Princess Bride. The six-fingered man is okay to kill the Spaniard's father for the price of a sword, but won't simply steal the sword after that. I'm in Virginia. 50 minutes here. I got to go finish up this run. I got a couple more miles to run, so I got to actually pick it up. It's been awesome hanging out with you all. I appreciate it. Again, if you want to join the channel memberships, we're going to be doing membership only live streams every Sunday. We'll all get together. We'll talk about everything running. Where you can ask a million questions if you want, or hop on with me and meet with me on the live stream. Here we go. I appreciate you all. Burke Lake. Nope. And I'll talk to you all soon. And remember to hit that like button so it will recommend it to the rest of the people on this channel. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. And now I'm going to, again, awkwardly try to... It was great to have you all. That was kind of cool. I'm going to do more of this. I have to do more of this.